Hello everyone, my name is Craig and this is a video review of the Elite 2.0 Slash. It's basically the Nerf Alpha Strike Stinger repainted into Elite 2.0 colors. Let's get into an unboxing. Super quick unboxing. Yes, I'm unboxing this with a karambit. I don't know where my box cutter is. This is the only other knife I have. Feel a little bit uncomfortable showing this on camera, but there we go. Included is the blaster itself and two Nerf Elite 2.0 darts. Starting out with an external overview of the Slash. Starting up at the front, there is no end strike barrel lug. This is a single shot barrel. Capacity of this blaster is one shot. It's basically a jolt, right? It is a front loader. To load, you simply push in a dart all the way in and you're ready. You'll pull the priming handle and you're ready to fire once. Right, getting up top, there is nothing up top. No end strike tactical rail, just a fake rail-ish system up there. Lay bummer. They probably could have not put all this plastic here and put a small-ish tack rail on there. Totally could have done that, so I don't know. Getting down to the big old grip, because this houses the plunger tube in here. The grip is very uncomfortable actually and pretty cramped. I mean, this is an emergency blaster. It's not designed to have your hands on here all the time, but this is still pretty bad. And I complained about like the Joel grip and a few other grips. This is pretty bad in that I even have small hands, and this is just doesn't feel the right proportioned as far as both the bulkiness and the length of stuff goes. Like my pinky feels smashed here. My pinky wants to hold like naturally right here, but that juts up with the priming handle. So I don't like this grip really at all. And the filleting it's all right. The trigger pull is pretty smooth. I mean, if you fired the Elite 2.0 Ace, it's basically the same trigger mechanism. But yeah, getting down to the T-style priming handle, it is spring powered. To do that, you'll pull that back. It's quite a decent draw weight on that, making me think that it's actually a pretty big plunger tube. The plunger tube is bigger than the blaster itself. Interesting. But you prime that back and you're ready to fire once. Right, draw weight is pretty standard. I would say in that case pretty standard for Elite 2.0 standards. That's pretty much all that we have to go over this blaster. Right, let's go see it out on the firing range. And I'm sorry if this portion of the video looks like that I just rolled out of bed, because I kind of did to record this. But we're doing my haul setup again. So, for the firing demo. Starting out with standard blue Nerf Elite 2.0 darts. Now firing a few Adventure Force nipplehead style darts. Now some X-Shot full-length darts. I've really been impressed with these darts lately. These have been the star of the show in my last, like, 5 reviews. Now some white Amosting darts. Now for some screamer darts, or whistler darts, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Now some old orange end strike streamline darts. Damn. That actually fires pretty well. And I just jinxed it, so. One of the final ammo types, actually probably the final ammo types, the Dodu's three-quarters length darts. The suction cup and the normal head version that I reviewed with the Justo Fun Blaster. Starting with the normal style dart first. Now the suction cup dart. And then lastly, just for some fun, I'm going to fire one of these weird colored elite darts that I got with the strong arm, and then one of these red elite style darts that I don't know where I got it from. So we'll start with the weird red one first. And now the elite dart. Awesome. Firing analysis and conclusion of the of this blaster. I literally already forgot the name. The Slash. That's it. They made this name so forgettable. They made the blaster very forgettable as well. Let's go over it. I don't have a chronograph right now because my chronograph's freaking broken. So based off of the eye test, it actually fired fairly well. I would say that it compares velocity-wise to equal to about what the Elite 2.0 Ace fired. So you fired the Ace, it shoots about this. It's really just a bit of a bigger jolt. It's basically what it is. It fired most of the projectiles pretty well. The Elite darts fired out pretty well. The Amosting and Adventure Force darts were a bit soft. Still shot those X-Shot darts pretty hard, and the Dudo's ones shot all right. What I was surprising is that they didn't have great velocity, but the old orange end strike darts did feed through this blaster pretty well. So dart velocity is okay. You're probably not going to win any Nerf wars with this, but this is an emergency blaster. So I think with that velocity, it does pretty well. So firing before it, but I probably wouldn't prefer this really over even an Ace, really. I'd probably rather use an Ace or even the friggin' Trio over this thing. I don't like the slash really at all for that, and this is why I'm getting over too. The proportions and ergonomics of this blaster are not either just not for me, in my opinion, from what I think Nerf should be. This is terrible ergonomics and proportions. I get that they had to put the plunger tube here, but I totally think they could have just thickened out here and just put the plunger tube up here and rearranged the grip. Speaking of that, there's basically no grip here, and the grip spacing is horrible. The trigger is all right? And it just looks weird, and it feels weird, and it performs weirdly as well. So it's a very weird blaster. So I don't really get that too much. So overall, my opinion on this blaster, I'm gonna say, is actually kind of negative. On this blaster, if I had to choose one. It kind of does what it is supposed to do, no jams or malfunctions. With the single shot blaster, God help us if you have a jam or malfunction. But I wouldn't recommend this thing to anybody. I'd say if you really want a Jolt style blaster, go get a friggin' Jolt, or actually a Triad. Triad's better. The Jolt, you probably shouldn't even mention the Jolt anymore when you have a Triad, because it's just objectively better. You've seen it. But if you must have something Elite 2.0 and something small like this, I'd say go get an Elite 2.0 Ace. And this is the same thing as the Alpha Strike Striker or something like that. I also saw this at Dollar General is where I purchased it. Yes, I do a lot of my grabbing at snacks at Dollar General, and I happened to go through the toy aisle. I found a lot of these small little things, some X-Shot things, which I also bought, and the Alpha Strike. Like, literally, this is just a repaint of that. So, which came first, the chicken or the egg? This thing or the Alpha Strike thing? I think, actually, the Alpha Strike one came first before this one. Elite 2.0 Hasbro. You're running out of ideas, bro. That's not good for marketing. So, you thought that it was good for marketing, but it is not. Not dry fire. That has a weird dry fire. Whenever you dry fire, I don't recommend dry firing with this blaster either. Yikes. Right? So I wouldn't really recommend this blaster to anything. It doesn't really fit even the emergency roll, because there's other options on the market. But if you absolutely must have this, there's apparently really no objective reason to buy it, except for there's other options, and you're probably going to find the Ace and a bunch of other stuff on the toy shelves nowadays along with this, and I just say go buy an Ace. Don't buy this thing, right? So, yeah, that's pretty much, I don't really have much else to go over. Let me know what you guys think of the Slash down in the comments down below. Leave this video a like if you did like it, and be sure to subscribe. I appreciate all your support. I read every single comment that comes into my comment section. So if you feel like you aren't being heard, you are being heard. Yes, absolutely you are. Whether it's positive or negative, you are. But yeah, so not really that great of a review. That's pretty much all I have to go over. I just basically shat on the entire thing. Pardon my French, but that's basically what I just did for about 12 minutes. So, my name is Craig. I will see you guys in the next one.